A Concord, New Hampshire corrections officer was arrested for the murder of a psychiatric patient. Can you believe it? What's up, all my fellow lunatics out there? Obviously, you know who it is. Rational Lunatic, back with another wild story for you. This one, just prepare yourself. This one might irritate you a little bit. It definitely pisses me off. But save your comments for the comment section and let me know exactly what you think as I read this story to you. Just strap yourselves in for an aggravating story. So this cop basically did kind of what they did to George Floyd, but he worked in the psychiatric unit of the corrections office in Concord, New Hampshire, and yeah, he allegedly, we'll say that, he allegedly, used his arms and knees to, put too much pressure on the guy's neck, so guy suffocated while he was handcuffed. Yeah. But before we get into this story, please hit that like, subscribe button, and as always, if this video goes past 10 minutes, jump on over to YouTube. A few minutes after I post this, it will definitely be over there. And yeah, let's get into this one, shall we? This report is coming directly from the New Hampshire Department of Justice. Read to you by yours truly. Arrest of former corrections officer Matthew Miller. Concord, New Hampshire. Attorney General John M. Formella announces that former corrections officer Matthew Miller, age 39, of Boscawen, New Hampshire, has been arrested and charged with second-degree murder for causing the death of a patient. Jason Roth, age 50, at the Secure Psychiatric Unit of the Department of Corrections. Quote, the decision to bring a charge of this nature for on-duty conduct by a law enforcement officer was not made lightly, but was based on a careful and thorough review of the facts and the law, said Attorney General Formella. The charge in this incident represents allegations against one specific individual and should in no way be taken as a reflection on the behavior of or overall professionalism of the hardworking men and women at the New Hampshire Department of Corrections. Shouldn't it though? Just a little bit. Shouldn't it? Particularly those who provide care and security to patients at the Secure Psychiatric Unit. How secure is it if... man, so many questions. Matthew Miller is charged with one count of second-degree murder, contrary to RSA 630 1-B IB, for recklessly causing the death of Jason Roth under circumstances manifesting an extreme indifference to the value of human life, by using his arms and or legs to apply force and pressure to Mr. Roth's torso and or neck, thereby causing his death by combined traumatic compressional and positional asphyxiation. The affidavit filed in this matter alleges that on April 29, 2023, 6 correction officers in the Secure Psychiatric Unit of the Department of Corrections engaged in a use of force incident that resulted in the death of Mr. Roth, a patient at the facility. At this time, the Attorney General's office does not anticipate bringing charges against any of the other correction officers involved in the incident. But why not? I know with the George Floyd case, they indicted the one officer immediately, but they ended up indicting the other officers involved because as they refuse to stop the murderer, that then makes them just as guilty for not upholding the law and doing their freaking jobs. But apparently they think the other 6 officers didn't do anything wrong. Shortly after Mr. Roth's death, New Hampshire State Police, in conjunction with the New Hampshire Department of Justice, conducted an investigation into the facts and circumstances surrounding Mr. Roth's death. On October 25, 2023, Dr. Mitchell Weinberg of the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner determined that Jason Roth's manner of death was homicide. You hear that, folks? Not second-degree murder, not first-degree murder, straight-up homicide. But he's getting a second-degree murder charge. And that's not even the deal. That's just his original charge. That, because that's what they do when you're an officer of the law. They give you break after freaking break. That's just my opinion. Please, let me know what you think in the comments. Where was I? Homicide. And that the cause of death was combined traumatic, compressional, and positional asphyxiation. The investigation produced evidence that Matthew Miller applied downward pressure with his knee and arms onto Mr. Roth's torso and neck area for several minutes while on the floor, contrary to DOC's use of force protocols and training. Matthew Miller received training on asphyxia and use of force, which detailed the risk of death inherent with the specific manner of restraint he applied. So this, he was trained, you know what I mean? Like, not only did he have the training, he specifically had the knowledge that this could cause death, that kind of restraining somebody could cause death. And he did it to a mental patient anyway. That dude needs to be locked up. And how did DJ Delay put it? Shout out to DJ Delay, by the way. I love your channel. Wood chipper. Yes, the wood chipper. That's what that guy deserves. Today, Matthew Miller was arrested. Oh, excuse me. Matthew Miller received training. No, I'm there. Today, Matthew Miller was arrested and taken into custody, and arraignment is anticipated at the Concord Circuit Court. The charges against Matthew Miller are only allegations, and he is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty, because he's a cop and not a civilian, because we all know when it comes to us regular folk, us lunatics out there, we're always presumed guilty, and a lot of times found that way, no matter how innocent we really are. This case is being investigated by the New Hampshire State Police and is being prosecuted by Senior Assistant Attorney General Dan Jimenez of the New Hampshire Department of Justice Public Integrity Unit and Assistant Attorney General R. Christopher Knowles of the Homicide Unit. And hopefully they do a good job, because this guy needs to be locked up. But again, this is just my opinion. Please, let me know what you think in the comments. Are you just as angry as I am at this one? Did this kind of make your blood boil? Like, you kind of want to get your hands around that cop's neck and be like, just, have a couple words with the man. Anywho, that's the end of that story. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for being here. From the bottom of my heart, I love each and every one of you. This channel's growing. It's cool. It's really cool to see. I like how a lot of you are reposting my videos, and how there's more interaction in the comments. I love it when you all don't just comment to me personally, but when you actually have conversations about what's going on with each other. It's just very cool to see. So I do appreciate each and every one of you. I'm glad you're here, and I hope you come back for more. But until then, stay wild.